from your guys in the third quarter and early fourth quarter?
Yeah, I thought first half, half the points came from offensive rebounds and transition. So if it's off our turnovers or they did a good job of just contesting James and was going. And then, they just was attacking us early in transition, just getting to the paint, making the right play, and had us in scramble mode all night long.
Going to the next game, is that something you're talking about as far as making more of an effort? Is there something you're seeing from the X's and O's standpoint, or what is it you're looking at from a coach as far as
I wouldn't say more of an effort. I would just say teams are faster than we are, so we got to be smart. We got to get good floor balance. And we came in the game and talked about crashing more, but they took advantage of that by, contesting and leaking out, or they advanced pass and they attacked early before we can get our defense set. And so we know teams are going to try to play like that against us. Our half-court defense is really solid, but when we got to scramble in transition trying to get back, it's tough on us. So we just got to be better with the ball offensively, and then defensively, we just got to get back in transition every single time.
James looked awesome there in his first there running the high pick and roll. Obviously, he had a great stat night. What do you need from other guys to make that offense a little bit more efficient, like balance-wise, to keep the defense on their toes? Again, like I said, James is fantastic, but out of those high pick and roll sets, what are you looking from the other guys to kind of push that offense a little bit more to get more guys in double figures?
Yeah, it really starts with, James and Zoo, making our guys better. We don't have a lot of, point of attack offensive guys that can create their own shots. So we rely on James, we rely on Zoo, to make those guys better and get those guys open shots. And the other guys just got to step up and shoot it with confidence. When you get open shots, just take them. They work on them every single day, so you just can't shy away from it. So just the confidence factor of when we get open shots, just stepping up, be ready to knock them down.
Coach Zoo had it going 14 and 19. Talk a little bit about his contribution tonight.
Yeah, I thought early on they really pushed him off his spot. He couldn't get to his spots on the post. They played him one-on-one, which we haven't seen in a while. And I thought, Wendell did a great job of just, being physical, making him work and making it hard for him, And so, but, overall, like I said, Zoo's been great for us all year, and one of these games, like I said, the first half was really tough for him.
Coach, talk a little bit about Orlando. You played here. This organization continues to get better. Tell us what you see just coming in as the coach of the Clippers.
I think, Mosley's done a great job, having these young guys, a young team to buy in defensively, the top 5 defensively every single year. And offensively, just the mindset for those young guys to play the right way, sharing the basketball. And he's done a great job of putting these guys in position because it's hard with a young team to have a team focus on defense and guarding every single night. And they do that. And then offensively, as you've seen this last year or so, they've really gotten better offensively, trusting and understanding how they need to play.
What did you see from Yannick and Kobe Brown in the second half? It looked like, those guys got in, work and Nico didn't in the second half.
Yeah, I think Kobe, like I said, his ability to push the basketball, his ability to rebound the basketball, and then, take and make open shots, which he did tonight. Yannick, just his first chance to really, get into a really NBA game and just wanted to see his speed, wanted to see his ability to roll to the basket. I thought a lot of times he came to a stop. He really didn't get out quick enough. But it's going to be a learning experience for him just to continue to keep getting better. But I did like some of the things he did defensively.
It's a quick turnaround to Saturday's game, considering the game time. Like, how do you just get these guys back and refocus after, what happened here?
We ran to a better team. They're better than we are, and the way they play, and especially defensively. How they play defensively. Knew it was going to be a tough time to score tonight, but we didn't understand. We didn't think they were going to score this many points. But defensively, they always been really good defensively, and so for us to have 21 turnovers. Again, we talked about it all season long. You're not going to beat good teams by turning the basketball over. And so that's been our Achilles heel, all season long. Well, the last 3-4 years of turning the basketball over. When you do that at a high rate, it's going to be hard to win games.
Yeah, I know you talked about the point of attack as far as the offense is concerned, starting plays. Like, has that, like, I'm looking at the defense, and a guy like Jalen Suggs got really comfortable. It seems like guards are getting to places where they didn't last year. Like, how does that improve, and how does that improve like with the guys that you have available?
I think it starts, with our guards getting into the ball. We got to hit our man before the screen hits us. And I think our bigs have to do a better job of being up. We talk about being up, all night, but, Zoo at 7 foot, and Brook at, 7'2". We asked Zoo to play 30, 35 minutes a night. I think it's hard for him to consistently do it every single time. And that's why we have, certain quarters where we're playing good defensively. And there are certain times we don't play defensively because we're not up on the pick and rolls as much as we need to be. Our guards are not getting into the ball. And then if we are doing that, then our low man is late, so it's everything just tied together, and so just having less breakdowns, I think locking into what we're trying to do as far as the game plan. And, we've gotten better over the last 4 or 5 games, but tonight, I thought we took a step backwards.
Does it feel like things are just harder than they need to be for this team right now? Like you said, often playing and getting good 4 good quarters seems to be challenging. Getting the attention to detail and having that stick is not like you're coaching a rookie's team. Like how does that kind of stabilize in the short term?
We got to be better.